Let's take a quick look now at all the highlights from the first innings.
Well, that's nicely played, and it's beaten the fieldsman a bit off. It's going down towards the boundary, and I think it'll get there. This is a very fast outfield. Beat the field here, and the chances are it goes for 4.
Doesn't seem to have lost anything at all, Upul Taranga. No feet movement, but he's well balanced and just hits through the line. The outfield lightning quick, as we saw in the T20 internationals. Will give him the confidence he needs to get off to a good start.
I think he might have been trying to bowl a leg cutter there. Certainly the seam was all over the place. Oh, that's another good shot. Beautifully played. Well, that delivery was right into the slot. Thank you very much from Upul Taranga. The end of the first over, it's 8 for none. Off the edge and flies away to the boundary. Will it get there? Brilliant. Oh, no, it's gone for 4. That was a great effort. It really was. Brett Lee went flying across the surface down there, fully outstretched. He managed to get a hand to it, but it just bobbled into the boundary.
Looks to be intentional. He opens the face of the bat, but a good effort from the fast bowler. Needed a bit more luck to haul that one in. Well, the last time, or the only time these two batsmen, Upul Taranga and Dilshan, have opened in a one-day game out here, they put on a partnership of close to 280. Both batsmen went on to get hundreds.
Oh, he's hit that hard as well. Dilshan's on fire here at Palakele. Well, he's decided that he's going to have a real go early on. These initial overs with the field, where the field's been restricted in terms of the boundary riders. And you see shots like this really blasted through the offside. A little bit of inside edge there, and they're going for the run, and that would have been very close. And a nasty collision there. One of the Aussies is down. Smith is down. He came flying in. Looked to me as if the batsman actually collided with Brett Lee, who was also going for the ball. Let's see if we can pick up exactly what happened. You can see he smashed his shoulder there.
Dilshan called early and then hesitated. There you see Dilshan running into Steve Smith, even on his head.
Yes, just for a second there, he looked straight down at his hand. Yeah, so just a little bit of a problem there for Smith. Oh, that's beautifully played. He's hit that one into the gap effortly. There was no swashbuckling drive there. It was just caressed through the offside field.
Oh, that was just a defense. That's just taken off, but good timing. That would have surprised himself, Upul Taranga. It shows how good the pitch is. The ball's coming on to the bat. Also, the angles the field the angles the field is set in doesn't help either. It's square of the wicket.
Oh, that's well played. 2 straight. These batsmen are good on both sides of the wicket. You can't afford to stray too much.
Well, you bowl there, you're going to be put away 9 times out of 10. Upul Taranga found his timing from the word go.
Oh, well played. And that's again a beautifully timed shot away on the offside. This outfield lightning fast. Well, Taranga may have been out of the game for a while, but he's looking pretty good.
He's timing it better than Tilakrapna Dilshan. That's his favorite area, though. Gets a good jab in, makes contact with the ball right underneath his eyes. The moment you hit the gap, it's going to be 4 all the while.
Straight down the ground. Will it beat the mid-on fieldsman? Yes, it does. Another 4. Again, lovely timing, nice and straight. I've got a feeling that mid-on and mid-off are going to have to get a little bit straighter, especially if these bowlers are going to bowl wicket to wicket.
But that's what he wants to do, coming in round the wicket. But hits it hard into the ground. The ball flies away. Shows you how hard the square is.
And that's what he's been trying to do this time. He will get away with it. Couldn't quite time the pulls earlier on. This one, much better timed. No chance at all for the fielder's square leg. And a welcome boundary for Dilshan, who had been working very hard at that particular shot.
Well, he gets onto that very quickly. Dilshan's renowned for playing the pull and hook shot pretty well. So it's interesting to see the Australians opting to bang the ball into him.
There he goes. Behind, backward square. Was connected well, and we know it's a very fast outfield. The boundary.
An under edge on that occasion, but that was enough for it to race to the boundary. It's a very quick outfield. He's looking to hit that square of the wicket, but got an under edge, and it just races away. Brett Lee at deep backward square had no chance of tracking that down.
Well, he did get a boundary, but I go on to say that the ball didn't quite hit it off the meat of the bat. Oh, turns away, makes room, and his ball. Sri Lanka lose their first wicket. Tried to be inventive, maybe a touch too soon against the skills of Xavier Doherty, and Sri Lanka lose a valuable wicket. Well bowled.
Yeah, superb piece of bowling. Quicker, in and off stump. Turunga trying to give himself room to hit through the offside where there wasn't any cover on the boundary. Been well pleased with that, the Australians. A big wicket. Upul Turunga was looking very good at the crease. He now departs for 34. Sri Lanka 54 for 1. And Kumar Sangakkara takes full advantage of that first ball. Michael Clark tempting Sangakkara, and Sangakkara accepting the invitation.
Made it look so easy, but here's how Upul Turunga went. Shaped for the cut. Of course, got beaten, I think, by the pace of that as well. Played the shot far too late. Looks very ugly. Well, that's where you do not bowl to Dilshan. He's doing so well, keeping the ball up. This time shorter. Dilshan had no trouble moving away, finding the gap on the offside. It's a quick outfield. Another boundary for the skipper.
Well, that's poor bowling. The captain's made the change for him. They had a discussion about the field change, and then he just errs on short of the length, and Dilshan just has to rock back and place the ball through the field. Frustration for the captain.
Jumps out. Well, did get a hand to it. But Hussey will still be good for 2, perhaps even 3 at the run quickly. And they decide to go for it. So that's good running by Sri Lanka. 9 off the over. After 11, it's 67 for 1. Very cleverly done. If he did get a touch to it, fine shot. And of course, no chance of fielding that because the man at long leg was way to the right.
Well, a quicker ball by Doherty trying to catch Sangakkara on the pad in front of the wicket, but just waited on that perfectly. If he missed it, he would have been in trouble, but just the touch of Sangakkara just giving him the opportunity to work one very fine for 4.
And gone. Well, soft dismissal of the Sri Lankan skipper. Jumped out and straight to Bollinger at mid-off. The crowd, of course, silent at the departure of their skipper. Came out of nowhere. An innocuous delivery by David Hussey.
Well, Dilshan will be kicking himself. This is a poor shot. He's tried to take on the mid-off fielder. David Hussey doing the job. Dougie Bollinger finishing it off. A good high catch. Never easy with the background, but that's the end of Dilshan. A big wicket for Australia. He goes for 29. Sri Lanka now 76 for 2.
Oh, and that hit the edge, that's for sure. I'm not too sure that it carried, though. My first impression was the ball hadn't quite got there, but I've got to say that the Australians are very confident. It looks to me as if his gloves probably hit the ground early on. This is where the players in the teams have got to agree. As far as I'm concerned, the batsman should be turning to the keeper and saying, did you catch it? And if he says yes, he's got to go. So often with these big lenses that we use these days, they call it foreshortening in the industry. It looks as if the ball may have touched the ground so often, and really it hasn't. Now let's have a look at the slow motion replay here. Obviously the third umpire needs to have a look at it, because I think it's probably gone upstairs. No doubt about the fact that it hit the bat. Now then, did it carry to the gloves? No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it at all in my book. Now you can see how some people though would say, well, those gloves are very close. Are you sure it didn't touch a blade of grass? Checking the no ball. That's fine. That's fine. Good job that bat wasn't in the way. There we go again. Watch the fingers go underneath it. Absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever. But you can see how there might just be a few people say, well, did it touch a blade of grass? I'm still convinced that the batsmen or the players, and Ricky Ponting's tried to do this for a lot of years now. Up goes the finger. The right decision has been made. That's all that really matters. So Mahela disappearing off the ground. Just a little shake of the head there. So there it is. Mahela out for 3. Caught Haddon, bowled Johnson. It's now 80 for 3. Seen well, quite a controversial dismissal, in so much as it seems that players these days hang around when fieldsmen say they've caught the ball. I want to have a close look at this. That one played away nicely on the onside for a single. So just let's have a look at this again. The ball definitely hits the bat, nothing else anywhere near it. You could hear the nick, and clearly it was taken. Now at this stage, Jayawardene, I think, turns around and says, did you catch it? Yeah, you could see his head there, and he started to go, then for some reason stops. More Clark saying he says he caught it. Now I just wonder, one played away on the onside. Now the things to watch for here are the nod of the head that you see from Jayawardene. Did you catch it? Which I think is exact. Then he starts to go and then pauses. There we are. Now watch this little nod. Did you catch it? Yes, I did. Clark says that's fine. Everyone's happy. Then he pauses. I just wonder whether someone in that Australian team might have, that's Clark saying yes, I caught it. And I just wonder whether somebody in the Australian team perhaps used an expletive there, which created a situation where Jayawardene said, well, hang on, I'm trying to do the right thing here. Just trying to establish whether he definitely caught it. Anyhow, we'll come back to that in a moment. It's the end of the over. It's 81 for 3.
And let's head over the top. That's to hand, and it's taken.
The power base of golf has shifted across the Atlantic.